Hello, everybody. I wonder, can you guys hear me okay? You may have noticed there's no music. For some reason, yesterday the music was overlapping and it was sounding very annoying. Hopefully, I'm not overlapping myself. Hold on. Okay, I think that's better. Hopefully, I'm not overlapping now. The music is cool, but I do not want to torture you guys with all that annoying sound. So I'm going to try to see if I can fix the music for tomorrow. But yes, we don't have music today because I don't know what was happening, but it sounded like a horrible repeating, overlapping kind of thing, and yeah, no thanks. But yeah, welcome guys. If there's any problems, if you still can't hear me or if I'm still overlapping, just let me know in the comments because yeah, I'm still new to this. This is my third official stream on my own, and I'm feeling pretty good, but there's a lot of chaos happening, especially yesterday, and I do not want that to repeat today. So we're gonna try to keep it really chill. But anyway, hello, happy time zone to all of you guys. I don't know if it's morning, noon, night, whenever it is. I just want to get started and trying to test something out, so I will be right back. All right, back again. Oh, yes. Hi there, Dream Cartographer. I do see. Sorry about that. I had to run really quick. I just want to kind of get started and make sure that everything was set up right. Of course, we do not have the music, which is annoying because I like the music. But we're going to go on without the music. Hopefully, the music will return tomorrow if I can figure out why it's overlapping. But yes, first let's check in, all you NaNoWriMos and Anvilites. How are you guys doing with your summer camp progress? Have you written any articles? Have you started on that novel? Have you got any badges on the NaNoWriMo site? I admit I have not done any progress since the stream yesterday because I was trying to do some things and get some things sorted out. But hopefully that will change right now as we can start to stream and sprint and work on all kinds of things. I don't even think I checked what badges I got. I only got one badge if I got anything. Yep, I upgraded my progress. That was it. But that's good. Congratulations. I have updated my writing progress. So that's pretty nice. I only got 125 words, but that's totally fine. we can do more today. I went ahead and created drafts for all of the Expanse articles. So we're going to go under here, Summer Camp 2022, Expanse. And I kind of just have everything TBA, but I already have all the templates set up so we can know what we're dealing with. So this ocean, desert, plain, pocket, dimension, or other large expanse. I know yesterday we were working on those prickly burrs. I still don't know what to call them. I should do some research on that. But we can talk about maybe where they are located. But I do know we already covered the Flytrap Island last summer camp. So we would have to either go more in detail about the sectors of the island, but I feel like those would be more settlements. So maybe we can get away with making one of those sectors the settlement. Let's just go to the homepage and take a look at these prompts. Yep, so a settlement beside or in a great expanse. We can actually focus on those Flytrap articles, the different sectors. Let's see. Where is it? Alright, let's just go to the world. I'm gonna search Flytrap. There we go. So there's the prison sector, the weapons sector, and the experiment sector. We can break those up into settlements, and which one do you guys think will be most interesting to focus on? Do you want to focus on the sector where the prisoners are located? So this is where all the people who have been, confined by Will-O-Wisp. It's like a jail, like a prison sector of the island. You want to focus on that sector? Do we want to focus on the weapons sector where there are people, but the people work for Will-O-Wisp and they're just keeping these weapons, experimental weapons, locked down so that nobody can, get to them. And then there's the experiment sector where it's similar to the weapons, but experiments don't have to be weapons. They can be like, I was talking about time machines yesterday. Any kinds of experiments. If somebody hypothetically was working on an invisibility serum or something, and it's kind of dangerous, so they don't want anybody getting that in their hands, they put those over there in the experiment sector. Let's see. Which sector do I have in mind? I don't know. I think all of them would be great to explore. It just depends on which one that we're leaning towards. So if we're talking about these burrs, they will attach to people who are trying to escape or trying to get in and, steal something. So it doesn't have to necessarily be in the prison sector. It could still be like in the around the weapons sector. So if somebody, came from the water and tried to break into the weapons sector, the burr can attach to them and they can be able to track them. So if someone, not someone, hopefully not someone, if a person hypothetically did get on the island, snatch a weapon, and then swim off or boat off, then that burr might be able to help them track them before they get away too far. Ooh, prison sector sounds depressing. Let's do it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a bit sad, of course. In prison, you're just confined in there, and this kind of top secret stuff, I don't think there's really much hope for them to ever get out, based on what they've done, and like they know too much. So that's another thing about Will-O-Wisp. There's a lot of secrecy about, you know too much, you're trapped, you can't, we can't let you out because you know too much. Experiment sector sounds super interesting. You might be able to revisit experiments with Monstrous. That's right. I might be able to revisit experiments with Monstrous if there's some Monstrous experiments in there. I might also be able to revisit it with Discovery because, they can discover different experiments or different, testing they're doing. Did we figure out how they can track prisoners? Oh yes. So I was thinking yesterday, like kind of like a heat map, um, like a grid, a heat map, and instead of like tracking heat, it's tracking the chemical that's prevalent in the burrs. So it kind of will see from an up view, like say on this map, you will see like a lot of red over here, but we know that should be there because the burr bush is there. But then if we see a red dot over here just alone, we will know that somebody was walking away and it was on them. If we see some of the, you know, it moving, we will know, yeah, somebody's walking with that. But yeah, I'm also open to hearing your idea because I really don't know what the best approach would be for this. So if you'd like to share, feel free. I am open to all ideas. Now, so let's see if we can go the prison sector. Prison. Where is the? We didn't have the articles up. There we go. Settlement. Okay. We can call this prison sector. Yeah, so parentheses can't be used, so it's okay. We can just tag the island here. Okay. The prison sector is one of 3 sections located in the island of. This is the area dedicated to housing criminals. Okay, so we have a start there. Alright. And then, of course, we will link it to this one when we get it. And like I said, I would love some art, but I'm not going to make the art on stream. I thought of these blueprint type arts last year. I think they're okay, but I imagine slightly like more intricate things. But I went with the blueprint, what I could do. Thinking when a burr became detached from the plant, from getting attached to a prisoner, it would cause the burr to release a chemical into the air that would trigger a reaction in the surrounding burrs. That is very interesting. Because there are some plants that when you break them or something like that, chemical comes out. It releases. So yeah, that's very interesting to keep in mind. Yes. So they're kind of communicating with each other with those releases. Yes, that's right. So yeah, if we could think about that, if it's detached, once it's detached, it begins to emit a chemical. That chemical can be tracked, and that makes a lot of sense, and that will also give it some flavor of as soon as it's detached, they can tell how much, like how long they've been away by how much chemical it's releasing, and soon if it's, depleted, it's going to be too late to track them. So that's a nice flavor. Yes, it will create a path. That's so great because I know that would be awesome to like look at a map and see the trail, and you will see the chemical slowly fading. So you'll see it's heavy here if the criminal stays there for a while, and then it will slowly like start trickling. That is such a great idea. Thank you. I will definitely ponder on that. Yes. I love brainstorming like this. There's so much in this world, and you know, like I said, this is supposed to be our real world, but there's a lot of spy-fi, as you said, and I like that. Dealing with it, and there's like technology that we don't have, and like I know that they're supposed to have high-tech stuff, but it's so easy to just say they have a high-tech thing and like not think deeply about it. And it's great to think deeply about it and be like, wait, so well, how does this work? And then we work it out, and then it's real world building, and you feel like this is a real solid thing that exists. And that is so cool. Okay, so yes, I love that releasing of chemicals. We're going to keep that. Let's put it. Where is it? I keep losing all the tabs. Okay, and that was species, right? So we're gonna open in a new tab so we can stop losing that original tab. We're gonna edit this. I'm gonna just add releasing chemicals to. Okay, let's. Oh, of course, thank you. I appreciate your ideas. Okay. What is this? There we go. Okay. Yep, so I'm gonna have to put some notes to do research soon. Yes, that is great because then, when there's a rush of we have to hurry up and track this before it runs out, and once it runs out, that's it. They can't track them anymore. So that's very clever. I like that idea. Okay, purple bears attached. These prickly bears are they grow attached to a bush. Once the criminal passes by and the bears attached, the plants begin releasing chemicals that can be tracked over specialized grid maps captured by aerial drones. When the chemicals are emitted, they cause sensor points on the maps. Okay, so this is what prompts the will-o-wisp to try to keep tabs on them very accurately, and to not let threats get away and think, oh, we have a tracker, we can always track them, because of course you can't. Once the chemical runs out, that's it. So now that we know a little bit more about the plant, we can fill out some of these prompts here. I'm wondering, there's no genetic, I thought there was like a genetic mutation kind of thing here. See, these are like, okay, uses, byproducts, and exploitation. I don't think it quite falls under that, so we're not going to use any of these prompts. We're just going to keep writing up here. I can organize the article later. Okay, I know it's kind of redundant, and I feel weird about not going back and taking out the redundancies, but we're in NaNoWriMo, and when you're sprinting, you're not supposed to go back and edit. So I'm just going to keep typing, and I know there's redundancies, which is so annoying to me, but I'm just going to keep typing. Let's see. It's very design makes security more vigilant. That's right. So that those will-o-wisp guys don't just sit down on their phones all day and, you know, they actually have to do their job. That's a good incentive, because then once they figure out, well, where's the criminal? Oh, this and that. The map shows that the burr was leaving a trail and nobody went, and like there's nothing you could say. You can't deny it. It just means you were slacking. So yes, that's neat, and it's great to see things that affect other things, and it's like a serious job in the world too. And that would be great if there's like there's not an occupation prompt yet, but when there is an occupation prompt, hopefully they do have one, we can focus on that, like the leadership, for example. They may talk about leaders in a certain occupation, and we can talk about the leaders that are over this sector of these Dionea Muscipula island, and how they help to track criminals, help to keep everything secure and everything else. Oh, redundancies. Okay, so basically, you see how we can just click view to see how the article looks. So yesterday, I already had said the birds attach themselves to passersby, and then today I also added once a criminal passes by and the burst detached. So it's just like annoying to me because I know that I said the same thing over and over again, but now is not the time to go back and edit through. This is sprint time. This is get all the words down, get all the words down, get all the ideas out of your head kind of thing. It's just a pet peeve of mine, just personally, to be like sprinting and not looking back at errors, not correcting things, not rephrasing things. It's it's just weird. I'm weird, but I'm trying to get better at that because I know that there is a time to edit and there's a time to just go. So this is the time to just go. So I'm not going to be editing and boring you guys with editing on stream. That's horrible. So that's all I meant. Okay. All right. So yeah. Yes, new jobs. New jobs all the time. New jobs are so great. Um, so we kind of have that down. Do you have any ideas for what that can be named? Like I might try to do something scientific based on, what chemicals I have it emit that can be tracked. I can do research about that. But we could also just name it something simple, like what it is. So, what are your ideas for names? Oh, we don't have to necessarily take them, but you know, we can just brainstorm. And they can be, you can think they're kind of cheesy names. I don't care. I want to hear them. Anything you have an idea for. I just thought of Trackabers. It's like weird, but I just been throwing it out there. We can see what happens. Then, what else were we working on? Oh, yes, the settlement. We know we're going to focus on the prison sector. So let's go down here. Do they have? They don't have. Oh, parent location. Yes, yes, yes. Here we go. Okay. Owning organization with a lisp. Okay. Population. I wonder how many prisoners are in this settlement. We'll think about it. There has to be hundreds. At least hundreds. I guess inhabitants would be called prisoners unless they're staff. So, let's see. It's not really government, not really any of these kinds of things. So these kinds of prompts are not really applicable, but we do not have to fill out all of the prompts. We can just fill out the ones that are applicable. My computer needs to be charged. So I'm going to plug it up right now before it just blacks out on you guys and it's a horrible stream like yesterday. Okay. Alright. There we go. Alright, hopefully that's good. And alright, where were we? There's no tourism. Nobody's touring the prison. They don't even let you would think maybe the interns get to tour the prison. No, they don't want anybody to even know where this island is located. So yeah, no. People who work here usually just never leave. It's very weird. But this island, the Flytrap Island, is not as bad as the Styrax. Styrax is worse. I mean, well, the Styrax is better environmentally. Like, we don't have to worry about criminals, dangerous weapons, all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, it's worse as in nobody ever, travels to and from there. This island, it's known enough where people do know where it is. People in Will-O-Wisp do know where it is because prisoners go there. But they still try to keep it under the radar because they don't want anybody, just trying to break out prisoners or stuff like that. So the real thing about this is, when there's like super villains, I guess, that do things that are not, the regular government handles your bank robbers, stuff like that. But this island is for those people who did stuff that they don't even want certain government to know what they did. So they're like, we need to trap these people with us. Like if somebody's trying to make a time machine and doing crazy criminal stuff, they're not going to want to put them in a regular federal prison. Will-O-Wisp is going to want to keep these people in their possession. They want to question them. They want to not have they don't want to risk, for one, the lower security of regular prisons. They also don't want you know information leaked. Buzzers, they create a buzz in other bird plants. When they're released, a chemical excites them and triggers a chemical reaction. That's a neat idea. Commander said the fly trap is worse. Did he lie to us? Well, the fly trap is worse if you're getting sent there. That's what I mean. So the Styrax. So imagine two islands. The Styrax is, you don't know where it is, period. But once you're there, it's a tropical paradise and you're okay. And everything's good, but you're just totally disconnected from everybody. You cannot come in contact with the outside world ever again like that. So the fly trap, it's like people do travel to and from there, but they do try to keep that travel on the minimum because they don't want too many boats to see them and track them, going to and from there, because there is dangerous stuff there. There's dangerous people there, there's experiments there, there's weapons there. But if you're getting sent to the fly trap, that means you're a criminal and, you're like in prison, and that's it. That's worse than the Styrax because you're just in prison. You don't get a tropical beach house. You don't get fun anything. You're just in prison. And that's bad. If you become a rogue spy at Will-O-Wisp, I don't think you have a good future. Yeah, it's messed up. Let's see. So the reason why agents are, they're more afraid of the Styrax because they're loyal. They're more likely to get sent there if they're badly injured. Yeah. So the Styrax, they don't want to get sent there because if they're badly injured, they just know they'll never be able to come in contact with anybody on the outside world again. The Styrax is depicted as a nice place, but when you're really there isolated and you're lonely, you will kind of, get homesick. The fly trap, on the other hand, is not a paradise. So yeah, like you said, they're loyal to Will-O-Wisp, so they know that they probably are not going to get sent to prison, but they might get injured and they might get sent to the Styrax. That's totally it. Yeah, but if you go rogue and you go against Will-O-Wisp and you become an evil double agent spy or something, I don't know. You might end up in the fly trap. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the story of those two islands, which is just two of the many secret places that Will-O-Wisp has. Points of interest on a prison sector. It's weird. So we will think about this. The architecture, I know for sure that there is like a base level, but then a lot of the prison is underground because they don't want the prisoners to be escaping easily. So I'll say majority of the prison is located underground. Thick. So many errors. Heavy steel arms help to keep the criminals at bay. Alright. So that's just a note there. Let's see. The prison sector's on the top half of the island, basically. It's the biggest chunk of the island. The prison okay. In the northernmost. Okay. What else do we have here? Oh, they don't have anything any other prompts, so we'll just keep that as it is. Oh yes, we can choose one of these. Do they have prison here? Alright, we'll go through those later and figure out which one is best to add to that. Alright, so we have the burrs, we have the prison sector. So what other of the prompts can we look at? And yeah, when we think about the organization connected to a natural phenomenon, we could think of the organization within Will-O-Wisp, that is those security people and scientists who are tracking those burrs. Yeah, what are these? What are the guards at the what are the guards at the fly trap called? That's a good organization. Underground vault. Yes, yes, that makes sense. Let me see. Oh, there we go. We'll keep it that. That's cool, because it's mainly underground. All right. So we can look at this organization one, and we can say that it is I'll just put a note there. The Flytrap's security guards and team could be a good organization to focus on. Let's see what other prompts there are. We have the species, we have the organization, we have, oh yeah, a vehicle. What were we thinking about for the vehicle? Should we make the vehicle something on this island too? Because yeah, the guards do have to get around, and they have to transport criminals, and they have to transport big weapons, and they have to transport experiments. So we can think of something that they use to get around on the island, and we can also think of something that they use to get to and from the island, like a boat, a plane, something like that. Special rank, flytrap guards. Yes. Yes, there should be a special division. So when I think organization, I'm like, the whole thing is Will-O-Wisp, but still, within an organization, there's lots of different, positions. And like if you work at a company, they're like, especially a large company, a lot of times there are teams within those teams. So it's it eluded me yesterday. I was thinking I was gonna have to come up with some other unrelated organization that doesn't have anything to do with Will O Wisp, but you know, that's not true. It can go ahead and be an organization within Will O Wisp. Uh, oh yeah, I was considering the spaceships. I remember. That would be funny to work with. Spaceships. Let's see. Parent organization will be Will O Wisp. There we go. So if we are working with spaceships, because Will O Wisp does have lots of they have some space exploration. Now they can be trying to explore other planets and stuff like that, but mainly Will-O-Wisp is trying to, well, what they at least claim what they're trying to do is like monitor other satellites and things like that that may be trying to spy on others, and also putting their own satellites up there to spy on others. They have lots of um, bird's eye views of places and people and tracking and all that kind of stuff, high tech stuff. And also, another reason why Will O Wisp has things in space is because they know that space is not something that, like, a place that you can just get to. Even on Earth, some of these private islands, they try to stay off the grid, but it's an island and it's right there. So if you're sailing in a boat far enough, you might get to it. You might stumble upon it. But in space, the average person, as Jenny said, the average person has never been in space. So they don't have to worry about too many people just like, well, let's fire up the spaceship, go up there and see if Will-O-Wisp has a secret base. They don't. They're not gonna have to deal with that because going in space is not a common occurrence. So yeah, they have some secret stuff up there. They might have some secret experiments locked down, kind of like this flytrap island. They might even have prisoners up there. Prisoners they really don't want to try to escape. Because if a prisoner escapes the island, they might have to try to swim or float or boat or something. But if they escape a space base, they're not going to make it far if they don't have a spacesuit and a spaceship of their own. So yeah, there's lots of reasons why Will-O-Wisp would have bases in space, other than just trying to, figure out about aliens or whatever. Even though I'm pretty sure they are also doing that. Okay, so let's go to that vehicle template, and we're just gonna kind of finalize that to be a spaceship because I'm getting excited. That's very interesting right now. I want that spaceship. What did I do? What was that? I'm taking that off, whatever that was. Okay. Space. That's all I'm gonna put. Just keep them in pods. Yeah. Just about. And yeah, if they do try to escape, I don't know. Some of them might be talented enough to get back to Earth. They might find themselves on another planet. I don't know. But those are cool things to explore. Always cool things to explore. Gonna say. So if we're dealing with space also, we can look at some of these other prompts and see what can go into space. So this ethnicity and the ritual templates are the things I'm really like not having any ideas about. I'm leaning towards Winsome Horde. I really am with these two. Now, I know you did say something about a certain kind of culture in this world, but it's still weird because it's like an ethnicity. So, I don't know. And then the ritual, a food that you eat. The only thing I can think about is like something that the spies eat to, help them. I don't know. Or it could be maybe something that an animal eats. because we do have some genetically enhanced animals, and I guess some of the animals, when they get a certain age, they might feed them something to help them to, you know, be enhanced. I don't know. That's an idea. Maybe don't keep the diabolical rocket scientists in space. That's a good one. Of course, yes. If they are diabolical rocket scientists, 9 times out of 10, they will probably be able to do something in space. Oh yeah, I did remember you did post a suggestion. You said something about a culture. You said it doesn't have to like be an ethnicity like that. It can just be a culture of a certain spy or something. Oh, Will-O-Wisp training for the food. Yeah, we were talking about something about sterilizing the agents, maybe something that they eat. But I know I did cover ravens and swallows already last year. Um, but it doesn't hurt. Maybe to do it again. I will have to look back at your chat and see what you suggested. If it came through, hopefully it did. If not, hopefully you do remember, because I can take all the ideas. Um, let's see. There. Let me go to. This was the coming of age ceremony. Uh, take flight. Yes, fledglings take flight. This was the coming of age ceremony that I did last year for summer camp. So this is when the ravens and swallows graduate from their program. So it went from when they're the eggs, everything's symbolizing their stage in the development. So they are basically considered eggs, and they, you know, are first learning what their work is going to be. And then they become a hatching, and then they become a hatchling. It's supposed to be hatchling. That's a typo. Oh, I'll fix it later. Then they become a nestling. Then they become a fledgling. And then they take flight. So they are transported to a medical facility to undergo sterilization procedure. But it's possible that they can also be given a certain food. So yeah, that's an idea. Oh, it was unrelated. Okay, great, great, great. Let me know what it is whenever you can. While you are doing that, oh wow, there's only 8 minutes left in the stream. This time is going by really fast. I feel like I didn't do anything, but it's great being on stream. I just hope you guys are not bored. Let's see. So, how many words did I write here? It's 209 words. Yesterday it was 125. So 75, 84 words. I think I've written 84 more words. I can go ahead and update that. And then, which other one did I write in? We didn't really write here. Oh, all he said was security guard team. Yeah, that doesn't count. I won't count any words for that. We wrote a little bit of the prison sector, only a little bit. No, we don't have to count this either. It wasn't that much that we did here. It was 102 words. I guess I could count it. 102 words. Okay. And I got a new badge. I started a streak. And I updated more than once in one day. So I got another badge. Unfortunately, I did not get the first day update badge because I did not write anything on the first day. But it's okay. We're moving forward. moving forward. Okay. I know I'm not going to get all the streak. I think there's still enough for me to be able to get the 21 days in a row. I cannot get my updated progress every day badge because I already skipped like 3 days. Achieve part every day, can't do that either because I did not, do it yet. Alright, so some of these I can still get. Some of these I will not hit this time, but it's fine. I like these badges. They're good motivation. Let's see. Thinking of Will-O-Wisp training exam that involves trying to identify poison food. Prevent somebody from getting poisoned. Poison somebody. Stop a criminal who uses poisons or specific poison. That's interesting. That is very interesting. So, like, if these spies are training, and I have to taste the food to identify if it's poisoned or not. That's very interesting concept. Oh wow. Yeah, I don't think that did get caught in the stream. I'm glad you were able to repost that because I did not see that yesterday. Um Yes, I will have to somehow put that specific food in there. But yeah, that's still a great idea. Even if we can't use it for summer camp, that's a great idea because that makes a lot of sense. Uh, there are people that are trained. They have their taste trained to taste when there's poison. Like on those funny shows, I mean, they're not always funny shows, but they taste the dirt. And I'm like, what are they even tasting? I can't do that, and I wouldn't want to. But there are some people who can do it, and they can actually taste something or smell something. They can sip some water and taste something. I mean, I can sip water and maybe taste something's in it, something weird. But if the drink is flavored, it depends. So there's some talented people. So working that into a tradition, that will be a challenge, but we might be able to do it. Mm, yes. So, um, so if it's poison, we'll see. Like we don't want to actually poison them unless they have like an antidote on hand, of course. Um, if there's some kind of poison that it's not safe, but it's okay for them to eat it, and then when they're doing the reaction, then you can like stab them with an EpiPen or something like that, maybe to stop it from actually having full effect if they are using the real poison in the procedure, in the test. If they're not using the real poison in the test, then maybe there could be a chemical that's very similar in property, taste, smell, texture to the poison. So if this was the real poison, you would not be in good shape. So you failed. Like that, maybe. I don't know. We will think about that. That is some good brainstorming ideas. Yeah, so we have the prison sector. We have some good ideas for the vehicle in space, something in space. We have some good ideas for maybe the food. We'll have to keep thinking on that. And it is 8:58 here in Eastern time zone. And it's almost time to end the stream. So I thank you guys for joining me as you have every day, bearing with my technical difficulties and, having fun, brainstorming, and doing all the kinds of things. Oh, yeah, that makes lots of sense. The fake poison can be. Or, yes, that gives me an idea. Maybe it can be a poison that in small amounts will only make you feel sick. Like that, like a stomach ache or something. But in large amounts, you're not good. You're not going to be in good shape. So, they can put the safe amount in the food and see if they taste it. But yeah, if there was more in there, bad idea. So that makes sense. instead of it being a totally fake duplicate of it, it can be just in small amounts. It's okay, but you still don't want it. So that does put some risk on it. Like, I really don't want to eat the wrong one. But it also does make sure that, you know, you're not losing a spy over this. So yeah, that's great. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Remember, I will be streaming every single day in July at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, which is, in your time zone, an hour ago. So, thank you guys so much for everything, for being in the chat. I appreciate you, Dream Cartographer, so much. You've been joining me every day. This has been so fun. Anybody who's viewing and hasn't been in the chat, I still thank you guys as well. And you guys have a blessed day. Much success and happy camping. Bye.